Hello again, everybody. David Clary along with Mark and Shauna Hayes here at the Wildcat Arena. Once again, it's time for Oak Ridge High School basketball. Tonight, the Lady Wildcats taking center stage, the only game to be played here tonight because most of the other teams that started this trek a couple days ago are no longer with us. There are only two teams standing left in girls basketball in Region 2, and they are playing tonight for the Region 2 championship here at the Wildcat Arena. It'll be the Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Bearden High School. Before we go any farther, I'd like to thank our sponsor for our stream tonight, and hopefully we will not have any technical issues, and hopefully I will not call Bearden the Farragut Admirals. I think that probably would insult them more than anything that I could possibly say otherwise. But the Dowdell family is sponsoring our broadcast today. Of course, many Dowdells have come through the sports programs at Oak Ridge High School. And, of course, students and the families always supportive. In fact, one of our assistant coaches, Micaiah Dowdell, is part of that family as well. Shauna Hayes has joined us here. We are at the Wildcat Arena. Shauna, you have more information about this big ball game tonight, the Region 2 championship game.
I do. Thanks, David. Tonight, the Lady Wildcats and Bearden Lady Bulldogs are not only playing for the Region 2 championship, but they're also playing for home court advantage on Saturday night in the sectional game. The winner of tonight's game will host the loser of Sevier County and Morristown East, being played tonight at Science Hill High School. The loser will travel to the winner of that game. Oak Ridge has played all three of the other teams in the sectional this season during the regular season. 3 of the 4 games were in December. Oak Ridge's first loss of the season was to Morristown East on December 21st at Webb. That ended Oak Ridge's 9-game win streak to begin the season. The Lady Hurricanes won 45-34. Oak Ridge has also played Sevier County twice, with both games being played here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge first won 44-42 on December 19th, and then again on February 17th, 51-42. Oak Ridge also played Bearden in December up in Greenville, losing 69-54. The Lady Wildcats were without Jenna Johnson that night, and Zayana Stewart was hobbled with a sprained ankle. The Lady Wildcats have won 18 in a row since that loss to Bearden on December 30th. Bearden is 31-4 on the season, and much like Oak Ridge, they won their regular season and district championships. Their losses this season have been to White County, Spring Valley, West Virginia, Farmington, Arkansas, and like Oak Ridge, Morristown East. In the postseason, Bearden started with a win over Hardin Valley and then Farragut 56-43 in the District 4 championship game. They opened the tournament play with a blowout win over Carnes and then another win over Hardin Valley on Monday night. Oak Ridge began tournament play with a blowout of Powell and then a hard-fought district title game win over Campbell County. Oak Ridge then defeated Maryville in the opening round of the region, and Monday picked up a 70-62 win over Farragut to reach the finals. Farragut was the defending Region 2 champions. This season, Oak Ridge is undefeated here at the Wildcat Arena, going 13-0. The Lady Bulldogs in road games are 10-2 on the road, losses at White County and at Morristown East. Comparing the common opponent, Lady Hurricane scores. Oak Ridge lost 45-34, while Bearden lost 60-58. Whichever team plays Morristown East, they will have their hands full. Bearden also beat East 64-52 at Bearden. It would appear that they are better at home. East has lost to Sevier County twice and then beat them last week in the District 2 championship game. Oak Ridge is 2-0 against Sevier, while Bearden did not play Sevier County during the regular season. Although tonight's game is for the championship, the importance of the Saturday game is bigger, with the state berth on the line. Oak Ridge last sectional, known for years as a sub-state, was against Dobbins-Bennett in 2019. The Lady Wildcats won it and qualified for the state tournament. The DB game was on their 28th sub-state game, but they have also played 3 games in the sectional tournament, which only lasts 2 years. Last season, Bearden, having lost to Farragut in the region championship game, went on to the road and lost their sectional to Sevier County. Their last sectional win came in 2023 when they beat Daniel Boone. The four teams, Oak Ridge, Bearden, Morristown East, and Sevier County, will play at 7 o'clock on Saturday night, with the winners heading to Murfreesboro in the state tournament. The Oak Ridge boys are also playing for a region championship thanks to their 56-50 win over Bearden last night. The Wildcats will take on Maryville tomorrow here at 7 p.m. at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge will also be playing for a sub-state game on Monday against either Science Hill or Sevier County. Oak Ridge graduate Terry Lee is sponsoring our broadcast tomorrow. Tonight is the sixth time Oak Ridge and Bearden are playing for the Region 2 championship, with the first one coming in 1981. Oak Ridge lost the initial title game at William Blunt. Then Oak Ridge, under legendary head coach Joe Pruden, rattled off 31 straight wins over Bearden, including the region championship games in 1986 and in 1996. Current head coach Paige Taylor will be playing Bearden for the third time in the region title game, winning the 2016 game behind tournament MVP Jada Gwynn, but losing in 2018. Both games were at Bearden. The two teams haven't played one another in the postseason since 2019, when Oak Ridge won here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge leads the postseason series 11-4 and the all-time series 39-11 since the first game in 1973. Tonight, the Wildcats are taking on Bearden in the Region 2 championship game here at Wildcat Arena, and we are streaming the game thanks to a donation from the Dowdell family. We appreciate their support and glad to be able to stream this game from the Wildcat Arena. We are also on prepradio.com. The Dowdells would like to wish the Lady Wildcats good luck. Oak Ridge basketball is brought to you this season by Summit Medical Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Washboard Wash and Fold, and Bob's Washboard Laundromat. Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic, Oak Ridge Utility District, and Fox Insurance Group in the ORHS class of 1989. It's Oak Ridge and Bearden here at the Region 2 tournament. We'll be back for the starting lineup and the tip-off in 3 minutes.
David Clary back here along with Mark and Shauna Hayes, along with Caleb Jackson doing our ground camera today. It is Oak Ridge and Bearden in the girls Region 2 championship ball game, live from the Wildcat Arena. So far, so good, Mark. The stream looking pretty clear right now. Hopefully we won't have any issues like we did last night.
Oh, let's hope not, David. Last night, first half was not as much fun as other halves have been in the past.
Fans are filing in here. We're about to have the national anthem and the starting lineups here at the Wildcat Arena. We appreciate the Dowdell family, as I said earlier, for sponsoring our stream today. We're also on prepradio.com. We'll have the game tomorrow as well. Wildcat boys taking on the Maryville Rebels in the championship ball game of the region. And once again, it's to determine who's going to play where in a sub-state ball game. The girls' game is on Saturday. The boys' game is on Monday. Now let's go down to the public address announcer for our national anthem and starting lineups.
Welcome to Jill Pruden Court at Wildcat Arena, home of your Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats. Tonight, the Wildcats play host to the Lady Bulldogs from Bearden High School in the Region 2 Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin tonight's contest, we ask that you please stand in honor of the playing of our national anthem. We'll continue with the starting lineup, starting with the Lady Bulldogs. Starting number 2, Natalia Hodge. Number 10, Kendall Ann Murphy. Number 12, Caitlin McVeigh. Number 30, Aisha Patel. And number 34, Viola Mills. And now the starting lineup for your Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. Starting at guard, the senior, number 5, Zayana Stewart. Also at guard, senior, number 10, Ayana Porter. Also starting at guard, senior, number 11, Lindsay Cleveland. Sophomore guard starting, number 12, Ulisha Mitchell. Down low, forward senior, number 34, Jenna Johnson.
And that's the starting lineups for this Region 2 basketball championship ball game here at the Wildcat Arena. Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Bearden. The last time the Lady Wildcats lost was on the 30th of December, and it was to these young ladies from West Knoxville. The Wildcats were playing up in Greenville at the Hal Henner Gym in the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic, and maybe a little shot of home cooking here will help the Lady Wildcats as we get set for this ball game. Jenna Johnson to jump for Oak Ridge. The ball is up, controlled by Oak Ridge, and we are underway. With the basketball will come Ayana Porter. She brings the ball to the top of the key. Porter swings the ball to Ulisha Mitchell. Lady Wildcats in their white jerseys. Oak Ridge has Ayana Stewart driving in. Double team. Kicks it out to Jenna for a three-pointer. It's up. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. Down the floor with the basketball will come Bearden, moving right to left. Justin Underwood is the head coach of the Bearden Lady Bulldogs. He gives the point guard a little bit of instructions, and she works the ball against Lindsay Cleveland around a double screen. They pull up and shoot a shot. Up, no good. Rebounded by Zayana Stewart. She picks it up and will bring the ball down the floor. 0-0 the score, 7:21 to play in the first quarter. Zayana Stewart at the top of the circle hands it off to the senior point guard, Ayana Porter. Lady Wildcat basketball, 0-0 the score. Ulisha thought about a three. Ayana will take it. It's on its way. It's up. Good. Good start. Whenever Ayana Porter hits her first shot, you have to feel pretty good about it. And the Lady Wildcats have a 3-0 lead 1 minute into the game. And here's a deflection and a near steal by Ayana. Saved away, and then a whistle blows, and the Wildcats are going to get it because Bearden steps out of bounds. Good start for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, you can usually kind of do a litmus test on the Lady Wildcats as Ayanna Porter starts the game, David, and she has another fine start, hitting her first three-pointer of the night.
Oak Ridge basketball, Coach Taylor told us after the ball game she was so sick the other night in the win where she scored 33 points and hit a ton of threes. Oak Ridge basketball, Ulisha Mitchell out to the top, and she tried to throw the ball, I think, to Lindsay Cleveland, but she threw it to a spot, and Lindsay was not there, and the Lady Bulldogs will have the basketball in front of their own bench. Oak Ridge in the lead, 3-0. We're just underway. The winner is the region champion. The loser will have to travel in the sub-state, which is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Morristown East or Sevier County are the options. Here's a shot missed, rebounded by Jenna Johnson. Lady Wildcat basketball. Here they come down the floor with Zayana Stewart. Zayana at the top of the key, dribbles all the way through and then lost the dribble. That's another turnover, but then Jenna gets it right back. Free throw line jumper is up, no good, but she's fouled, and will go to the free throw line. A lot of nerves in this championship ball game, but the best part of it, Mark, is the fact that this is not an elimination ball game tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to have a game so late in the season that doesn't matter as much. As first free throw is up, no good by Jenna Johnson. But, just an odd feeling. I mean, all the pressure is on the semifinal game in the region tournament.
Jenna, a 64% free throw shooter, has the second toss on its way, in and out, no good. Not a great start for Jenna, missing a couple free throws. They have the rebound, then the Lady Wildcats just harass her, and the Wildcats steal it. The Wildcats have it underneath the goal, needing some help, and then a jump ball is called by Matthew Queener, and it'll be their alternate possession as the arrow was pointing towards the Lady Bulldogs. Down the floor will come Bearden, moving right to left. 3-0 our score. We've played about 2 minutes. Here's a ball deflected back in the rear court. A foul is going to be called at the midcourt line, and it'll go against the Lady Wildcats.
Picking up that foul will be Ulisha Mitchell, David. That'll be her first, team first.
The winner of this ball game will get a chance to play the loser of the Morristown East ball game going on tonight up in Science Hill against here's a steal by Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats, Ayanna Stewart with it. Oak Ridge down the floor quickly over to Ulisha Mitchell in the right corner. Comes cross court with a high pass to Jenna. Free throw line jumper. This one's no good again. Jenna starting out a little bit slow with her shooting, and here comes Bearden coast to coast with it all the way in. Jenna cuts her off. Then they almost turn the ball over. The ball is loose on the floor, and they get a layup. Good. Kind of a mad scramble there, and it's 3-2. Here come the Lady Wildcats down the floor. Oak Ridge basketball. Ayanna with it. Deflected pass. Grabs it. Needs some help. Now starts the dribble once again. Heading to the left side to Jenna at the free throw line. Dribbles in right. Block goes for the shot. Good. That's what Jenna needs to do. Once she gets a couple buckets under her belt, she can knock down those threes. And the Lady Wildcats lead it by a score of 5-2.
Yeah, great job getting the ball at the high post by Jenna as she just kind of made her way down as a nice rebound by Jenna as well, but she made her way down and posting up her girl.
Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with Ulisha Mitchell out to the top. Jenna around to Zay. There's Ayanna open for a three-point shot. No good. Rebounds Zayana Stewart. Good rebound for her. She goes up for the shot. No good. It's blocked away. And then Bearden almost loses the ball out of bounds. Good save there by their big post player. And here they come back on offense. 4:29 to play first quarter. We are just underway. About 4 minutes into the game. Lady Wildcats in the lead 5-2 here in the first quarter. Bearden basketball. Lady Wildcats playing aggressive man-to-man. Pass intercepted Oak Ridge. Ayanna Porter right-handed off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge, though. Jenna Johnson to Ulisha. Pulls up and guns. Good! Three-point shot. Ulisha Mitchell. And the Lady Wildcats lead Bearden by a score of 8-2 with 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Great anticipation on the steal by Ayanna.
Yeah, it really was. And then on the other end, able to move the ball around quite well as Bearden Lady Bulldogs take a timeout, David.
We appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our stream today on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. And, of course, we will be covering the sectional ball game, which will be on Saturday. And I know we're looking for sponsors. I think the Lady Wildcat boosters are going to help a little bit with that, rounding up some sponsors. But I'd also like to thank Jeff and Mike Henderson, John Jick, Doris and Dennis Johnson, Donna and Jeff Hatmaker, Alfred Stevens and Teresa Stevens, and, of course, the Dowdell family, and Bryson Linnaeus and Roger and Judy Kelly, and, Terry Lee, who have been sponsoring our ball games all along throughout the course of the district tournament. as the Lady Bulldogs will get the basketball. And I don't think I've said Farragut yet in this one. I said Farragut probably 30 times yesterday, as the Lady Wildcats are back on defense, playing with Lindsay Cleveland, Jenna Johnson, along with Ulisha Mitchell. Zayana Stewart, here's another steal. The Wildcats have it. Oak Ridge basketball, Jenna Johnson with it. Bearden having trouble holding on to the basketball as Zayana spins at the top of the key. Harassed everywhere she goes, and it's going to have to dribble in to Jenna. Jenna with her back to the goal, swings it out to Ulisha, thought about a three, backs it up once again. Lady Wildcat basketball. Cleveland over to Ayana. Ayana in the paint. There's Ulisha, free for a three, on its way. Good. Ulisha Mitchell knocks it down. Then Oak Ridge leads the Lady Bulldogs 11-2. Here comes Bearden moving right to left.
Ulisha with her second three-pointer of the ball game, David. Oak Ridge with Lady Wildcats, great defense, and they get a 10-second call.
Lady Wildcats putting on the pressure. In the first game up in Greenville, Jenna Johnson did not play. She was sick, wasn't even dressed out, wasn't even in the Hal Henner gym. The night before against Marist, Georgia, Zayana had sprained her ankle and was not at full strength. And they had a young lady just go off on the Lady Wildcats. As Oak Ridge, Ayana lobs it into Zayana, and she's fouled. Personal foul will go against the Lady Bulldogs, and Zayana Stewart, averaging 14.1 points per ball game, a 76% free throw shooter, will go to the free throw line for two shots.
Zayana yet to score in tonight's game. That's picking up the foul was number 34, Mills, for the Lady Bulldogs. That's her second.
First free throw is on its way. It's up, and it's good. 12-2. Lady Wildcats in the lead, trying to win the region championship for the first time, believe it or not, since 2017, I believe. As the second free throw is up and good. Lady Wildcats on top, 13-2, 3 minutes to play. The number 3 ranked team in the state of Tennessee, the Bearden Lady Bulldogs, facing the number 4 team, the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats. Bearden's got a wide open three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebounded back by Bearden, rolls off again. Rebounded by Jenna Johnson. Jenna Johnson came into this game, impressive stats, 689 career rebounds, and there's another one. Lady Wildcat basketball, they're putting a little bit more pressure on Oak Ridge as they back up once again. 13-2 the score. Ayana Porter with the basketball. She's fouled, no call. Dribbles to the free throw line, gives it into Zay. Turns, spins, drives, shoots, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs, and they'll try to get the ball down the floor. The Wildcats set the trap again. They get the ball to the midcourt line, and they get it across. 13-2 Lady Wildcats. Good start for Oak Ridge against the number 3 ranked team in the state. 2:13 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge back on defense. Bearden calling the plays, working the ball to the right side for a long three. It's up, no good. Boxing out, trying to get the rebound was Lindsay Cleveland. They launch another three from way downtown, no good. This time Oak Ridge has the rebound. Ulisha coming down the floor with it, and she'll bring it across the time stripe. Ulisha Mitchell out to Jenna Johnson. To the top of the circle, it goes to Zayana Stewart. First quarter action, 1:47 to play first quarter, 13-2 Lady Wildcats. The winner plays at home in the sub-state. Oak Ridge, Ayana Porter for three. Good! Three-point shot. The Lady Wildcats are on fire here in the first quarter.
Yeah, they are. Second three-pointer for Ayana. She has 6 in the ball game, David. But just a great start for the Lady Wildcats tonight.
Here come the Lady Bulldogs outside the line. Don't want them to get hot. They work the ball along the baseline, holding it and pulling it and shooting, clanging off the iron, no good. Rebound tracked away by Ayana Porter. If she can save it, she does, but it's saved by Bearden. They work the ball to the right corner. They've got another three. No, she's going to make it a shorter shot, throws it off the backboard, good. Only the second shot as the Wildcats have a snowbird down the floor, but they can't get the shot off as the pass goes and it's intercepted. Alicia tried to get it to Zayana with under a minute to play in the first quarter. 16-4 Lady Wildcats. Here comes a pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Slow down, girls. The Wildcats were trying to run. A foul's going to be called against the Lady Bulldogs.
Looks like that foul will go against number 40, Katie Foster. That'll be her first, team third.
Katie Foster is a 6'2" junior. There is a familiar name on the roster, and I'll get to that here in a moment as Lady Wildcats prepare to work the ball in. Jenna Johnson with it. 16-4 Lady Wildcats. Good start here in this Region 2 championship game for the Wildcat Arena. Wildcats eliminated Bearden last night. This is not an elimination game as Ayana's going to go inside and throw the ball, intend to get down low for Janaea Pippins, who had come into the game. She was open, but that pass had a little mustard behind it, and it goes bouncing out of bounds. Need to stop right here. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 16-4. Don't want to give up anything cheap. Here comes Bearden all the way to the baseline. They get a shot up. It's up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Ayana coming down the floor. 30 seconds to play. Waits for her teammates and gives it out to the top to Zayana Stewart. Zayana to Ayana. Three-pointer, left corner. Up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Janaea Pippins. 20.3 seconds. I saw when the officials walked in, this was going to be a well-officiated game. You got Matthew, Tyler, and Walkaday Walker in the game. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. 19 seconds to play first quarter. 16-4 Lady Wildcats in the lead. 14 seconds to play. Still in the rear court. 10-second count is going, and the Wildcats get a steal. And a layup. Here it is. Good. Off the glass goes Janaea Pippins. And they have 4 seconds to get down the floor. 3, 2. They try to get a shot off, and they do. It's thrown into the Oak Ridge cheerleaders. What a great start for the Lady Wildcats here in the Region 2 championship game. They lead Bearden 18-4. Let's send it back. We'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena, along with Mark and Shauna Hayes. Caleb Jackson doing ground camera for us. We appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our broadcast today and our stream on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Not a bad crowd on hand here at the Wildcat Arena for this championship game. The winner advances to play at home against the loser of the Morristown East Sevier County ball game. Here's a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Back up with it. Jenna had it, then she's tied up, and the alternate possession here will give the ball back to the Lady Bulldogs. 18-4, great start. Couldn't have asked for a better start, except unless it was 18-0.
Yeah, fantastic start for the Wildcats. I'm very surprised that the Lady Wildcats have such a lead at this point, David.
Wildcat defense has been stifling, and here's another example of that as they work the ball inside. Here's a shot off the glass. Good. No, it's no good. And there's the tip to the right side. They've launched a couple bad-looking threes in this one. A little frantic, actually.
Wow.
Here, oh, wow. Lady Wildcats just steal the ball away, and here comes the long pass. Down underneath the goal, Lady Wildcats, Ayana Porter. Dribbling in, baseline, right block, layup, good. Ayana scores, and Oak Ridge leads Justin Underwood's Lady Bulldogs 20-4 in the second quarter.
Ayana with 8 points already, David, as the Lady Bulldogs come the other direction real quick with an easy bucket.
And that was not great defense. Oak Ridge trying to run them to death here. Oak Ridge, Ayana Porter with it to Jenna Johnson. Top of the circle, back to Ayana.
Nice.
Into Jenna. Free throw line jumper is no good. Zay's on the rebound. She's stripped of the ball. And what are they going to say?
Say Oak Ridge
It's
ball.
Oak Ridge basketball underneath the goal. 6:49 to play second quarter. Janaea Pippins will work the ball in for the Lady Wildcats from the baseline. Does now. Ulisha, three-pointer from the corner is up. No good. On the rebound, Bearden. Kind of missed the good opportunity there. Here comes the Lady Bulldogs with a chance to close the gap a little bit. They get a layup. Shot is good. Got to stop that middle penetration. That's 2 back-to-back easy buckets for them, and it's 20-8. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Top of the circle it goes. Around to Zay. Inside to Ayana in the left corner. Ayana wanted to drive. Had Jenna. Could not get the ball to her initially. She's going to be tied up. Nope, she's going to be fouled. Foul called against the Lady Bulldogs. 6:22 to play. Second quarter, 20-8. Lady Wildcats in the lead in this Region 2 championship ball game. Lady Wildcats substituting Lindsey Cleveland back in the game. Zayana is out. Oak Ridge ball. Only the first foul called here in the second quarter against Bearden. 20-8 the score. 6:19 to play second quarter. Ayana Porter dribbling at the midcourt circle, harassed and fouled. That was not a very smart foul. She just reached in and grabbed her, and that's a personal foul against the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I mean, they don't. They they've already gone at least two, maybe three players deep on their bench, but you don't want to pick up silly fouls here in a regional final game, I wouldn't think, David.
There's almost another foul right there as Oak Ridge works the ball with Lindsey Cleveland, and they're going to call a charge. Walkaday Walker with the call. And I don't know, she looked like she had lifted her leg, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt since we're a little high up. Lady Wildcat defense was really good to start the ball game. Let's see what they can do on this possession as the Lady Wildcats have been trapping with great success, and they're going to Walkaday Walker is going to call a foul again against Oak Ridge. 20-8 the score, 5:57 to play, second period, live from the Wildcat Arena. Ball's worked in. Bearden, coached by Justin Underwood, they come in with 31 wins on the year, Mark. Here comes, she drives to the free throw line, gets a shot up, good. That's too easy. That's three straight possessions. They've had an easy bucket. Lady Wildcats are going to have to adjust to that. Oak Ridge ball, Jenna at the free throw line, stripped of the ball, and down the floor they come. Layup, good. I think when you call timeout here, it's down to an 8-point game. The Wildcats have not had some empty possessions here as Ayana drives in along the baseline, gives it into Janaea, out to Ulisha. I believe that's a three-point. It's partially rejected. Lady Wildcats, I think, need a timeout to kind of refocus here. They're still up by 8, but Bearden making a nice run on them, and we're about to have a couple substitutions come into the ballgame. Here's a long three. It's a big one. It's no good, though. Rebound out of bounds to Oak Ridge, according to Tyler. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball coming back the other way. Well, we got the football guys in the standing student section to our left. We got the lazy students sitting across the bench. Oak Ridge basketball, and they're going to put a little pressure on us as Jenna Johnson comes into the game. Ulisha and Janae are out. Ayana gets the ball, and she's going to bring the ball down the floor, all the way down the floor, dribbling all the way in. Nice pass inside to Avea Mitchell. Needs this layup. She's got it. Give the assist to Ayana Porter. Give the bucket to Avea Mitchell.
What a smart play by Mitchell, David, as she just kind of did a pump fake there, got the defender up in the air, and then, oh, that's a carry. Not called.
Either way, the Lady Wildcats have the turnover. The Wildcats getting a little sluggish on our stream, as I see, as Oak Ridge drives in for a layup. Missed it. Zayana missed the shot. Here comes Bearden with a chance to score again, and they do. Lady Wildcats got a finish, as Oak Ridge will need to get it into Avea Mitchell. It comes 22-14. Oak Ridge on top. Oak Ridge basketball. Here comes Zayana, a little 10-footer. Good. Nice little jumper there by Zayana Stewart. Back to a 10-point lead. 4:16 to play, second quarter, 24-14 the score. Here's the trap, here's the steal. Oak Ridge forcing another turnover. Here comes Bearden down the floor defensively, and Zayana Stewart's got the basketball after their turnover. 24-14 the score, Oak Ridge basketball. Jenna posting up on the left block, swings it out to Zay. Zay will dribble, give it out to the right corner, back to Avea Mitchell. Avea in front of the Bearden bench, backs it up to the midcourt circle, looks to Jenna at the free throw line, finds a wide open three-point shooter. Up, no good. Jenna has the rebound. She got hammered, and she got fouled. Personal foul will go against Bearden. 10-point Lady Wildcat lead, 24-14, 3:45 to play second quarter.
Picking up that foul was Mills, Theola Mills, I believe. Her third foul, so expect her to come out here very short. Looks like Foster is going to come in the game for her.
Jenna's got to knock some free throws down. I believe she's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Tosses on its way, 0 for 3. Jenna came into this ball game with 1,089 career points, 689 career rebounds, and 42 career three-pointers. Back to the free throw line she goes. 10-point Lady Wildcat lead. Toss. This one's good. 25-14, Lady Wildcats putting pressure on. Here comes the trap. They work the ball along the baseline. Zay tries to cut her off, and she does. Now swings the ball inside. Now the ball's knocked away, and good hustle play there by Oak Ridge's Avea Mitchell to knock the ball out of bounds. It'll be Bearden basketball underneath the goal. 3:34 to play second quarter. Region 2 championship game, 25-14, Lady Wildcats. Bearden with the basketball in the left corner. Ayana aggressively defending as Ayana. Here's a shot blocked. Rebounded by Bearden, back up, no good. But a foul underneath is going to be called against Oak Ridge, and that's going to send the Lady Bulldogs to the free throw line.
Picking up the foul is Zayana Stewart. That'll be her first, team third this quarter. To the line for the Lady Bulldogs will be Katie Foster. This will be her first attempt from the free throw line.
6'2 junior, fires it up there, and too strong. Hit the back end of the rim, no good. 3:25 to play second quarter. Lady Wildcats on top 25-14. Winner plays at home on Saturday in the sub-state. Back to the free throw line. Katie Foster. This toss is in and out, no good. Missed them both, and the Wildcats have the rebound with Zayana Stewart. Zayana in traffic, dribbles all the way through, and then might have been fouled by Foster. Gets the shot off, but Walkaday Walker says the foul occurred before the shot, so it'll be Oak Ridge basketball. 3:18 to play second quarter, 25-14. We appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our stream today. We appreciate Terry Lee. He's going to be sponsoring tomorrow's boys championship game against the Maryville Rebels here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge ball, Jenna Johnson with it in the corner. Swings it out, Ayana Porter hesitates, dribbles in, free throw line jumper, a little short. On the rebound will come the Lady Bulldogs. I think Ayana was surprised nobody was in her face, and she took an extra step, and here comes the Lady Bulldogs with her back to the goal, and the Wildcats steal it. Ayana Porter down the floor. Ayana harassed, dribbling, driving all the way to the hole. She's fouled, and Ayana Porter, who was so clutch in the win over Farragut the other night, hitting 12 of 14 free throws, will go to the free throw line. She'll have 2 shots.
Picking up that foul will be Kendall Ann Murphy. That's her second, team 5th of the second quarter as Ayana goes to the line for the Lady Wildcats, David. She has 8 points in the ballgame. First attempt from the line is up and good.
She is a 74% free throw shooter, averaging 15.2 points per game after her game the other day. 26-14, 12-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. Second toss up, and this one rolls out. Great position there for Avea Mitchell. Pulled down the rebound. What a great position rebound for Avea Mitchell. She just got in there somehow and got the board.
Yeah, and the possession arrow in favor of the Lady Wildcats, so they'll retain possession here, David.
Oak Ridge has it to Avea. She's driving in the paint, nearly stripped of the ball, finds Jenna free, top of the key, around to Ayana Porter. Ayana harassed everywhere she goes, back to Jenna. Jenna Johnson out to the left corner, three-pointer from the corner. It's up, no good. Rebounded by Bearden. Lindsey Cleveland missing that three. Here come the Lady Bulldogs down the floor. Dribbling in, then they kick it off out of, I thought it was going to go out of bounds.
No.
Oh, man. Queener missed that shot. That is a bad call. That went
Queener.
off her foot. Tyler missed that call. It went off the girl's foot for the Lady Bulldogs. Did I see that wrong?
I saw the same thing you did. I was very surprised that was not our ball side court.
Yeah, Tyler missed that call. They get a wide open three. No good, though. Oak Ridge, Avea Mitchell, another big rebound. Then she loses the ball out of bounds. She got kind of bumped a little bit there by the Lady Bulldogs. Haven't talked about Natalia Hodge much as a timeout is asked for in this one. 2:21 to play second quarter. Lady Wildcats have never trailed in the ball game. They've led by as many as 14, and they lead now by 12, 26-14. It's a low-scoring ball game, but so far so good, Mark Haste.
Yeah, it is. Lady Wildcats seem to go a little period of time there where they were just giving up, plays right down the heart of the lane by the Lady Bulldogs. I know you were going to talk about Natalia Hodge. She had 8 points that way, just going straight down the lane for layups. But I think they've kind of nipped that one in the bud here for a little bit.
Bearden basketball on the baseline. You get to get it in. Now they do. Top of the key. She had a three. She thought about it. Now she will shoot it. Good. Well, Jenna was really there, but not quite close enough, and it's 26-17. Here come the Lady Wildcats. Ayana trapped up high. Harassed, gives it over to Zayana Stewart. They've extended their defense out a little bit as Oak Ridge goes back door and they throw the ball away. Lady Wildcats didn't seem to like that pressure right there, Mark, and turned it over with 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, leading 26-17.
Yeah, Zayana thought Ayana was going to, sorry, not Ayana, but had a Lady Wildcat going on the baseline, but she just decided not to go and turn over.
Missed three, Lady Wildcat basketball. Avea Mitchell dribbles right. Somebody's open. It's Jenna Johnson over to Zay. Zay thought about driving the baseline, swings it back to Johnson. Around to Avea Mitchell. Wildcats in the lead, 26-17. A minute 32 to play second quarter. Region 2 game. Avea to Jenna. Ayana Porter, three-pointer. Good! Ayana Porter knocks it down, and the Lady Wildcats are back up by 12.
Ayana Porter with 12 points now, David, as a timeout is asked for.
We appreciate you watching our broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're also on prepradio.com. In front of a pretty good crowd on hand here. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the boys will be in action against the Maryville Rebels. That'll also be a region championship ball game. The winner gets to play at home on Monday in the sub-state. Here come the Lady Bulldogs down the floor. Wildcats about to set that trap at the midcourt line. Here they come. They're going to reach in. The ball is taken away. Wildcats gambled a little bit, and they're going to get a layup off the glass. Good. Well, Lady Wildcats set that trap, but then didn't get back, and it's a 10-point game. Minute 4 to play in the second half, in the second quarter. The Lady Wildcats are going to back it up a little bit. Exactly what I always wanted them to do. If they're going to stay back in a zone, let's play for the final shot here. Now they're going to come up defensively. 10-point game. Zayana Stewart gives it over to Avea Mitchell. 29-19 the score. Avea attacks to the free throw line, shoots from there, no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. I wish they had taken that final shot because here comes a layup. It's good. I say it every single ball game. I'm old school, I know, as Oak Ridge works the ball to Jenna for three. No good. That's 2 straight shots. They had under a minute to play and had the basketball. They had spread it out, and now they can cut the lead even further. It's 29-21. Am I wrong here?
No, I don't think so, David. I agree. It's another 3 is taken. No good. Rebounded by Bearden.
29-21 the score. Bearden basketball. Got to get in their face. 8 seconds to play. They're going to drive one-on-one against Jenna. Block shot by Jenna Johnson. Here comes Oak Ridge with 3. With 2. At the buzzer. No good. As the first half comes to a close. 29-21 the score. The Lady Wildcats with an 8-point lead as we reach halftime. Mark, a good half of basketball for the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, it really was, David. The first quarter, especially for the Wildcats, as the Lady Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter 18-4. They only scored 11 points in the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs scored, 17 points. So be careful. And a lot of those 17 points were layups by Natalia Hodge. So really got to be careful of extending our defense so much that we give up the lane, David.
I was going to mention this earlier. Cadence Nesbitt is a freshman on this Lady Bulldog team. Her father was Ross Nesbitt, who played for the Wildcats in the late 90s and early 2000s, one of the top 3-point shooters in the history of Oak Ridge High School basketball. That's her daughter, a freshman player. And Dr. Ross, he is a doctor, and I see him. He is in the house today, but I don't know if we'll see his daughter, Cadence Nesbitt, but Ross was a great player for us. We're at halftime of this Region 2 championship ball game. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, as I mentioned, the boys will be in action. Terry Lee has paid our rights fee to broadcast that game against the Maryville Rebels. We're going to take a break here. Mark's going to work on the halftime statistics. Lady Wildcats on top of the Lady Bulldogs, 29-21. We'll be back with a look at those stats in a moment. David Clary back here at the Wildcat Arena. We're at halftime. The Lady Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top 29-21. We appreciate the Dell family for sponsoring our broadcast. I think I asked them if they wanted me to say anything special, and all they said was they just wish the Lady Wildcats luck, and so do we, of course. If you're an Oak Ridge fan, you're pulling to get a home sub-state ball game on Saturday night against either Morristown East or Sevier County. I don't have a score of that game going on at Freedom Hall in Johnson City, but I do know Mark Hayes has some numbers for us, and why don't you run down the first half statistics? Obviously, we're having a little trouble up here in the booth. Not technical issues, though. Going to take a break. Now we got Mark's mic working. Mark, why don't you run down those stats?
Yeah, my apologies, David. Leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats is Ayana Porter. She has 12 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 6 points for Ulisha Mitchell, 2 of 5 from the field. 4 points added by Zayana Stewart. She's 1 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 3 points added by Jenna Johnson, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 5 from the free throw line. 4 points by Zayana Stewart, as I said, 1 of 7 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. 3 points by Jenna Johnson. I believe I said that. Avea Mitchell had 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field. Lindsey Cleveland with 2 points as well, 1 of 2 from the field as well. As a team, the Lady Wildcats were 10 of 28 from the field. They were 5 of 16 in twos, 5 of 12 in threes, and 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Lady Bulldogs is Natalia Hodge. She has 13 points. Kendall Ann Murphy has 2. Emma Rainey has 2. And Aisha Patel has 2 as well. As a team, the Lady Bulldogs, they are 10 of 25 from the field. They're 9 of 17 in twos, 1 of 8 in threes, and 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats led at the end of the first quarter. They led 18-4, then were outscored by the Lady Bulldogs 17-11, but able to maintain an 8-point lead at the half, where the Lady Wildcats lead 29-21. David?
We appreciate once again the Dowdell family for sponsoring our stream today. Mark, let's talk boys basketball. Wildcats had a big win yesterday over the Bearden Bulldogs in the boys game, advancing them to the championship game against Maryville, who looked very impressive against Farragut in their ball game. Wildcats also hoping to get a home sub-state game. They call them sectionals now. They're going to have to play really well because that Maryville team's really good.
Yeah, we were able to watch them play yesterday, and they just really demolished Farragut, in my opinion, David. From the onset, really. And so the boys, they're gonna have a tough task tomorrow night here at Wildcat Arena, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll have a really big crowd for that game. Should be high flying. I know Maryville's got one player who's just really tall, really big, and athletic on the inside. So he will be a challenge for the Wildcats to maintain.
And that game will be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here at the Wildcat Arena, Oak Ridge and Maryville. Terry Lee is sponsoring that broadcast for us on our YouTube channel. So if you're wishing to watch that game, you may on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're at halftime here in this ball game. So far, so good. If you're a Lady Wildcat fan, Oak Ridge leads the Lady Bulldogs 29-21. About 2 minutes before we start the second half. Why don't we take that full 2 minutes and we'll be back with the second half. Not an elimination ball game. It's to decide where we're going on Saturday night in the sub-state. We'll be back with the second half in a minute. Welcome back once again to the Wildcat Arena. You know, I think I told you this yesterday in the game the other day against Farragut. Ayanna Porter was sick the entire time with some stomach issues, and she looks like she's struggling again, but she's going to be the trooper that she is. She's going to come back out of here for the second half. Mark, I know you were worried about that, but she was sick the entire ball game the other day when she had 33 points.
Yeah, but this was a little bit different than that, David. As soon as she hit that last three, she came out. I thought it was a timeout, but it was not. It was just for her injury. She immediately came out. Brian Leffler has been working on her since. So this will be her first minutes back in the game since she hit that three-pointer.
29-21 the score. Bearden will get the ball first as we start play here in the second half. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 29-21. Winner has to gets the chance to be here. Loser is traveling as they work the ball. That's got to be that's not a great looking play as they. What's that call? It's going to either be a walk or something. The ball's loose on the floor. Oak Ridge has it. Wildcats push it up the floor, get a layup. Up, good. Ulisha Mitchell scores, and the Lady Wildcats lead is 10 once again, 31-21. What a battle underneath the goal a moment ago.
Yeah, it was. Number 10, Murphy, tried to drive in, created a lot of contact as the Lady Bulldogs caused another turnover here.
I mean, they turn the ball over as the Lady Wildcats get it. Jenna Johnson will work the ball in to Ayanna Porter. Lindsay Cleveland's in the ball games. Ayanna Stewart and Ulisha Mitchell, the original starting five for the Cardinal and Gray. 7:19 to play. Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats with it. Lindsay into Jenna. Double team. Goes into Zay. Zay turns up and shoots. No good, but does draw the foul as Ayanna Stewart will go to the free throw line. Different ball game than we saw up in Greenville when the Lady Wildcats just got pummeled up there in Greenville as Ayanna goes to the free throw line.
Zion to go to the line with 4 points, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Picking up that foul was Kendall Ann Murphy. That's her third.
First toss is up, no good. Ayanna, 76% free throw shooter. Back to the free throw line she goes. Lady Wildcats by 10, 31-21. Seniors Ayanna Stewart. A little movement in the lane, but not much as that shot is good. 32-21 the score. Lady Wildcats in the lead. Here comes Bearden moving left to right here at the Wildcat Arena as they work the ball to the midcourt line. They get the ball across the line. Hodge with it outside the line. Don't back up on her. She throws up an air ball, though, and then the Wildcats watch them step out of bounds. Don't back up on her. Get in her face. She is going to shoot and just stay in her face. I'd rather have her, she's not going to blow past you with the rest of the defense. Just get in her face as Oak Ridge works the ball in to Zay. Zay dribbles all the way in for a layup. No good. Didn't get it to fall. Here comes Bearden down the floor. Slow her down, Lindsay. She works the ball inside the paint, kicks the ball back out, and they lost it out of bounds. Just a concentration effort right there, Mark.
Yeah, if not an anticipation. I think she, in her mind, she was already shooting the ball, but you got to catch it first.
Sevier County on top of Morristown East, 20-19 at the halfway mark of their ball game. Lady Wildcat basketball, Ayanna Porter drives to the left block, swings it out to Jenna. Around the horn it goes Ulisha. Back to Zay. Zay dribbles in the paint, kicks it out once again. Lady Wildcats, 6:22 to play.
Yeah.
Ayanna is going to say she stepped down the base on the sideline and turned the ball over. 32-21 the score, 6:19 to play. Walkaday Walker has not called any walks in this one, Mark.
No, we're kind of on a reprieve right now. Here's
Lady
trouble.
Wildcats back on defense, and that shot is no good. Just a little bit too strong. Jenna Johnson on the rebound. The Wildcats pushing it up the floor once again. Didn't have the numbers. They almost threw the ball away. Saved by Jenna. Around to Ayanna. Three-pointer. Good! Ayanna Porter knocks it down. The Lady Wildcats have the lead 35-21. 5:53 to play third quarter.
Ayanna with her fourth three-pointer of the night as the Lady Wildcats give up a bunny.
35-23 back to a 12-point game. 5:44 to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge basketball. Lindsay with it to Jenna Johnson. Back to Ayanna. Another three on its way. It's going to be partially rejected. Taken away by the Lady Bulldogs. Slow her down. Get in their face. Dribbling outside. Now she pulls up the elbow. Shot clanging off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Wildcats pushing it up to Ulisha Mitchell. Layup. Good. Lady Wildcats beat them down the floor, and Bearden looks tired.
Yeah, they do. It's like they just walked into a buzzsaw here at Wildcat Arena, David.
37-23, Lady Bulldog basketball along the baseline. They almost turned the ball over, and they do. Oak Ridge had it for a second. Saved on the floor by Bearden. Three-pointer, good. Pretty shot by the Lady Bulldogs, and it's 37-26, 4:57 to play in the third quarter.
Patel picked up her 5th point for the Lady Bulldogs, David.
Ulysha's going to launch a three. That one's no good. Lady Wildcats missing on the tray. 4:45 to play, 11-point Lady Wildcat lead. Here they come with the driving layup, and it's good. That's bad defense right there by the Lady Wildcats. Coach Taylor will not be happy with that bad throw. That's laziness on passing. She will not be happy because they just got 5 straight points to pull the game back to within 6. The game is not over. You got to play hard every single moment because this Bearden team didn't win 31 ball games, and Coach Taylor's going to call a timeout to talk about it. She's going to say exactly what I'm saying, I'm sure. You've got to pick up your defensive assignments, and you've got to make crisp passes. Just because you're leading, and you were leading by 12 a moment ago, you're only leading by 7 because of your mistakes.
Yeah, you can also, don't just assume that somebody's going to catch the ball when you pass it to them. Make sure that, almost like you've got to make eye contact with them to make sure that you're both on the same page.
4:22 to play third quarter. Region 2 championship ball game here at the Wildcat Arena. The Lady Wildcats will have the basketball. Leading 37-31 just a moment ago is a 12-point game, but the Lady Wildcats gave up a couple big buckets and got to get back on offense here. Got to make some good offensive decisions as Ayana brings the ball across the line. Here comes the trap on her. She works out of it, penetrates left, gives it back out to Lindsey Cleveland at the midcourt circle to Avea Mitchell, who's in the ball game. Avea at the midcourt circle, dribbles left, gives it into Jenna, swings the ball to left corner. Lady Wildcats back to the top to Jenna Johnson. Out to Avea. Avea dribbles in. Left side it goes once again. In it goes Jenna Johnson to Ayana. She shot about shooting a three. She's going to get a little 6-footer. It's good. Ayana Porter drives the paint, and the Lady Wildcats are back up by 8.
Ayana now with 17 points on the night, David. As the Lady Bulldogs come the other direction, try to put up a fancy shot underneath, but no good. Blocked by the backboard.
Yeah, she was a little bit too far underneath the goal. 3:43 to play third quarter, 39-31 Lady Wildcats. Here comes Oak Ridge, slowing it down just a bit, which is something they don't normally do, as we've talked about so many times. I've said it, and I jokingly say it, but I also mean it. It's just not in their DNA. As Jenna gets the ball once again, swings it out to Ayana. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Wildcat defense was very stifling in the early parts of the game. The traps were very effective. It's hard to press. Got to slow her down. Here she comes again. Left elbow. They're going to drive in, put the ball on the floor, kick it out for a three. They need it. She nailed it. 3-point shot. Got to come out and guard. The Lady Wildcat lead is cut to 5. 39-34 the score. Here's Oak Ridge driving. Ayana Porter all the way off the glass. Good. Went all the way down the floor, did Ayana, and it's 41-34.
Ayana now with 19 points. Great drive that time going down the left-hand side. As Bearden comes the other way, Jenna kind of pushes her out of bounds. I believe she'll be called for the block.
That was before the shot. Hopefully they got it right. Yep, Walker got it right. It'll be Bearden basketball, and I think, let's see, timeout, no.
You got something in the stands. I don't know if somebody fell or if they're having a medical emergency.
I see Coach Gaddis and Mr. Hawkins over there. Why don't we take a break here as there is some kind of an emergency in the stands. We apologize. And Brian Leffler is over. He's the certified trainer. Hopefully there will be a doctor in the house. But let's get the camera off of that for right now. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 41-34. Appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio, today. And we appreciate Jeff and Mike Henderson, John Jick, Doris and Dennis Johnson, Donna and Jeff Hatmaker, Alfred Stevens and Teresa Stevens. The Dowdell family, of course, sponsoring today. Bryson Linnaeus sponsored the first-round region ball game. Roger and Judy Kelly. And we really didn't give Roger and Judy Kelly their due yesterday. I mean, we had so many issues with our stream, as they're going to send the players to their dressing rooms. And maybe we'll get a little word on that, maybe, Mark, as 2:51 to play, third quarter. Oak Ridge in the lead, 41-34 is our score. Mark, while you have a moment, why don't you run down the scoring? We have a medical emergency in the stands, and we have a delay of game. Apologize for that. We're also on BBB Communications, Channel 1086 tonight. We appreciate Brad Jones allowing us our broadcast on. We would normally have the Off the Glass show, but instead we have the ball game on here on what it used to be Channel 12. Mark?
Yeah, leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats, David, is Ayanna Porter. She has 19. Also in double figures, Ulisha Mitchell. She has 10. 5 points for number 5, Zayana Stewart. 3 points for Jenna Johnson. 4 points, or rather 2 points for Lindsay Cleveland. 2 points for Avea Mitchell as well. Scoring for the Lady Bulldogs, they're led in scoring by Natalia Hodge. She has 16 on the night. 6 points added by Riley Hunt. 5 points by Kendall Ann Murphy. 5 points also by Aisha Patel. And 2 points for Emma Rainey.
I mentioned that the Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Wildcats will be going to the sub-state ball game, and that'll be on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. They'll play either the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes or the Morristown East Lady Hurricanes. Oak Ridge played both of them this year. And right now, as we mentioned earlier, Bill Field says that Sevier County's on top 20-19. Sevier County and Oak Ridge have played many times. The Lady Wildcats lead the series 19-11. Postseason, Oak Ridge and Sevier County have met 12 previous times, and Oak Ridge leads the postseason series 9-3, but never in a sectional ball game. For years and years, they were in the same region. This season, Oak Ridge won both meetings against the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes, and both of them were here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge won 44-42 and 51-42. Lady Wildcats also played Morristown East this year. The series record is 4-2, with the Lady Wildcats leading the series. The postseason mark is 1-1. The first game was a 1981 sub-state game at Morristown. That was the first sub-state the Lady Wildcats had ever been in, and the Lady Wildcats lost that ball game. The other time in the postseason was a 1998 sub-state, and that was a victory for the Lady Wildcats in the old B-Gym. This season, though, Morristown East beat Oak Ridge. It was their first loss of the year. That happened at West, 45-34. Mark, not a good thing right now, a medical emergency. And I know the family very well, and I think the officials did a really good job, and maybe, I don't know, the administration, the coaches kind of got together and decided that, we need to send the players to the dressing room until the situation is taken care of. Right now it is halftime, 41-34, the Lady Wildcats in the lead, but much more importantly, the emergency in the stands taking place and causing a little bit of a delay.
Fortunately, David, they do have the individual sitting up, and they're fanning him to get him some fresh air. So it appears that everything is okay, but they are being obviously very cautious, as looks like these first responders are here to assist as well.
Let's kind of run down some of the things that have happened this season. I see Brian Leffler coming out to assist, and good that the first responders are here. The leading scorer on the year has been Ayanna Porter. 474 points this season, Mark. She's averaging 15.3 points per ball game. She has 80 3-pointers, 118 assists. She has 135 steals, 162 rebounds. I think the key stat there, Mark, is the fact that Ayanna, who is not very tall at all, anybody who has watched us play, anybody who has seen Ayanna knows she's not a very big person, but 162, and that is only 3 off the team lead for rebounding. So it just kind of tells you don't have to be tall to be a rebounder.
No, that goes to all heart, David. Her heart is much taller than her height.
And looking at some of the other stats, Ayanna Stewart, 422 points on the year, averaging 14.1 points per ball game, 28 threes on the year, 66 assists, 76 steals, 165 rebounds, and she's 4 short of catching her mother for the most free throws made in a career. She's number 3 on the list, but she's 4 behind Kiki Stewart. She has 110 free throws made out of 147 attempts. And the key stat here, okay, she has made, well, actually, she's attempted 147 free throws, has Ayanna, but Ayanna Porter is the next best or closest to her, and she's only attempted 77 free throws. So it just tells you how aggressive Ayanna is.
Oh yeah, she is just so aggressive, David. I mean, those are two players who there's no doubt that they leave it out on the floor every night, that they lace up their shoes. Very impressive ways that both of those individuals play basketball. Just very inspiring. Like I said, I mean they leave it all out there. I would say their tank is empty at the end of the night.
Jenna Johnson, 283 points this season, 26 threes, 157 rebounds. Ulisha Mitchell, 257 points, not bad for a sophomore, averaging 8.9 points per ball game and 29 threes. Avea Mitchell, 174 points this year. Janaya Pippins, 97. Lindsey Cleveland, 103 points during this particular year. We're filling time. If you just tuned in on our broadcast here on our YouTube channel, we had a medical emergency in the stands, and the officials, the administration, while the first responders are working on the person, and like you said, he's up and seems to be getting better. We have a delay, and I know our channel 1086 people will have to be leaving us at some point, but I can tell you, the Lady Wildcats, I think, are going for their 24th region championship. They've won region titles in 1982, 1983, 1984, 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 1992, 93, 94, 1995, 1996, 1997, 1998, 1999, and 2000. All those were region championships for the Lady Wildcats. Oak Ridge then had a little bit of a drought of about 7 years. They won another one in 2007, 2008, 2010, and then Coach Pruden retired, and then we had a couple different coaches take over, but the Lady Wildcats came back with a region championship under Coach Paige Taylor in 2016, 2017, 2019. The hand you hear is for the the suddenly taken ill fan in the stands. And Mark, you got to help me out here. I've been kind of filling some time, and it looks like we're gonna bring the teams back in. The officials are discussing it. Coach Gaddis, Tommy Lee, and the officials are coming together, and I think Matt Queener is going to go get and it's a long walk to the Bearden dressing room, not too far to the Lady Wildcats dressing room. But Mark, good to see that situation is taken care of.
Yeah, fortunately, he was able to exit the building on his own. He was being escorted by the first responders. Sure, I know that they were obviously taking vitals and doing a thorough check of him sitting there in the stands. As I said, he was able to sit up on his own power, so that is great news. No idea what happened, but very, very professionally taken care of, and hope that that individual continues to recover.
And now the two teams will have to return. I wonder if they're going to give them some warm-up time. They've been away from the game for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes, I would say. And after maybe it's a good thing they've gotten a little rest, but let's see what the officials decide. The Mr. Hawkins, principal of the high school, is having words with somebody as I believe the Lady Wildcats are now going to come out of their dressing room. You can hear the crowd going wild as they come out. They do have the lead 41-34. How do you get ready to play basketball. There was 2:51 on the clock, but they have put 3 minutes on the clock, so maybe there was about a 9-second issue.
It may be
that took
warm-up
place.
time because they're getting basketballs out.
Okay,
David.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I should have thought that. That's why you make the big bucks in this organization, Mark Hayes.
But I think the more concerning thing, David, is I don't know this for sure, but it appears that the individual injured was probably a relative of one of the players, and so that player is going to obviously be a little shook up here. So we'll see how the Lady Wildcats respond here. Good to see them warming up here, and as I said, 3 minutes on the clock for their warm-up time, and then 2:51 is what we saw remaining in the third quarter.
Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the boys will take on the Maryville Rebels. That'll be a Region 2 championship ball game, standalone game. The rest of the teams that we started with 8 on the girls' side, there's only 2 left. They're playing tonight, Oak Ridge and Bearden. We started with 8 on the boys' side. There's only 2 left standing, Oak Ridge and Maryville. The winner gets to host the sub-state game on Monday. The loser has to travel either to Johnson City, Science Hill, or to Sevier County. Those are 2 places. For one, it's a long trip to Science Hill, and you might remember that boys' sub-state game. We went to Sevier County a few years ago, and wow, we walked in the gym, and I mean, that was the loud. You and I were sitting side by side.
Yes.
And couldn't hear what we were saying.
Yeah, I think I'm still suffering permanent hearing loss from that one game.
What I remember too about that, they opened the gates. I think that's an hour early before the start of the game, and that place was full. And anybody who's ever been to the Dolly Dome knows it's a pretty spacious gymnasium. They were loud and they were proud.
Yes.
And we'll have that region championship game tomorrow for you. Terry Lee is sponsoring that for us, and we appreciate him. Well, we're about a minute away from starting again. We're in the third quarter, 41-34. I think I need to stop for a little bit. We'll come back and resume play in about a minute. David Clary back here along with Mark and Shauna Hayes, Caleb Jackson. I see Grayson Brown is assisting with the Oak Ridge media. It'll be Bearden basketball, Oak Ridge on top, 41-34. And we're about to get set once again. Lady Wildcats come out with Ayana Porter, Jenna Johnson, along with, looks like Lindsay Cleveland and Zayana Stewart. Layup, good. They'll do a better job there. It's back to a 5-point game, 41-36. They've gotten a lot of those layups, Mark.
Yeah, and I think all of them are by Hodge as a turnover by the Lady Wildcats, David, giving the ball back to the Lady Bulldogs.
Lack of concentration, but you expect this to be kind of like this right now because the two teams kind of had to go to their dressing rooms for about 10 minutes. Lady Wildcats do have the lead. Got to continue to play good, solid defense. Nice move there. Here's a shot, good, and guess what? It's a 3-point game. Turnovers will kill you, and it's now 41-38. Oak Ridge basketball. Ayana Porter dribbling left, gives it out to Ulisha. Ulisha back to the top of the key, around the horn to Zay. Somebody's got to step up and make some plays here. Oak Ridge basketball. Maybe it's Ayana for 3. No good. In and out, rimmed out. Here comes Bearden. The Wildcat press was very effective, and the traps were. They can tie it with a 3-point shot. 41-38. Lady Wildcats have led by as many as 12, I believe. As they drive in for a shot, no good, but a foul's going to be called. Foul called against Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats' precious lead is slipping out of their hands, Mark.
Yes, it is. Ayana Porter picks up her foul, her first foul, David. No, her second, actually. Team third. As to the line will go Hodge. First attempt from the free throw line is up and good. That's actually her first attempt on the night. She now has 21 points, leading all scorers. Is Natalia Hodge at the line for the Lady Bulldogs.
Second toss up. This one's good. It's a 1-point game. 41-39. Lady Wildcats got to get refocused here. Unfortunately, the person that had the medical emergency, obviously an Oak Ridge person, as Oak Ridge works the ball, the Lady Wildcats got to be a little bit more careful. Wildcats with it over to Avea Mitchell, who's in the ball game. They at the midcourt circle. 41-40 the score. Lady Wildcats need somebody to step up, make some plays. So Ayana Stewart's typically that person, along with Ayana. Zay's going to get a layup. Great drive. She was bound and determined she was going to take that in, and she did and scored.
Yeah, unfortunately, the defender, she kind of faked the pass out as Lady Bulldogs come the other way. Shot no good. Rebounded by Jenna Johnson. They're going to call a jump ball.
And the alternate possession arrow will give the ball back to Oak Ridge. 1:12 to play, third quarter. 43-40 the score. 1:12 to play. The Lady Wildcats in the lead. 43-40. Here comes Ayana Porter down the floor. Appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our broadcast as Ayana has the ball ripped out of her hands and turns it over. And then the Lady Wildcats are going to get the ball right back. Wildcats get a steal. Here's Avea Mitchell coming down the floor. Avea kicks the ball back to Ayana. Ayana dribbles left, gives it out. Zay, three-pointer, left corner, no good. Tracking down the rebound was Bearden. Then the ball is deflected and stolen right back by Lindsey Cleveland. Oak Ridge ball, three-pointer,
yes,
good! Bounced around, took a friendly hop for the Lady Wildcats, and Oak Ridge is back up by 6.
Great shot that time by Avea Mitchell, David. She now has 5 points. That's her first three-pointer of the night.
Here comes the Lady Bulldogs coast to coast with a shot. No good. Rebound. Foul. Nope, no foul. Jenna's got the rebound to Ayana Porter. 19 seconds to play. Play for the final shot. And Ayana turns the ball over. They pushed the ball down the floor. Here comes Bearden, a long three. It happens every single time. 46-43 the score. They could have played for the final shot, and they turned it over and gave up a three. Here's Zay for three. That's no good as the third quarter comes to a close. 46-43 the score. Lady Wildcats have the lead. 8 more minutes of basketball. This is not an elimination ball game, but it is for the championship. 46-43 Oak Ridge. Back in a moment. David Clary back here along with Mark and Shauna Hayes, Caleb Jackson. Region 2 championship ball game. Lady Wildcats in the lead, 46-43. As we start play here in the fourth and final quarter, the winner to host a sub-state ball game as they drive in for a shot blocked by Jenna. Good play by Jenna Johnson. She got fouled, no call. Gives the ball to Zayana Stewart. Here come the Lady Wildcats up by 3 and the ball. 7:45 to play in the basketball game. A lot of time on the clock. Oak Ridge basketball. Here it goes. Oak Ridge spreading it out just a bit. Avea with it out to Zay. Let's see if she's going to drive. She wants to. She does. Floats it up there. No good. Rebound to the Lady Bulldogs. They have the basketball. That numbers early. They're going to bring the ball quickly down the floor. 46-43 the score. Driving the paint. Take a charge. Their shot is no good anyway. It's out of bounds. It'll be Oak Ridge basketball. Lady Wildcats need to slide over and take a charge. She just comes barreling down the line. She didn't get much on the shot, and the Lady Wildcats will get it as Oak Ridge will try to work it in with Jenna Johnson into Ayana Porter. Back to Jenna. Back to Ayana. Trapped in the rear court. Blows past her defender. Lobs it across. Oak Ridge, Avea Mitchell for three. No good. Oh, what a rebound by Ayana Porter. Back up with it. No good. Rebounded by Bearden. I think it was Ayana. Yep. As they bring the ball down the floor. 3-point Lady Wildcat lead. Slow her down. Backing up. Thought about shooting a three. Look high. On the right. Now she drives right elbow. That perfect. Lady Wildcat get it. 6:54 to play in the ball game. 46-43 Oak Ridge.
Picking up that foul is an illegal screen, basically. Katie Foster, that'll be her third, team first for the fourth quarter.
6 minutes, 54 seconds to play. Region 2 championship ball game. Lady Wildcats lead by 3. They've led by as many as 12. Oak Ridge basketball. Lindsey Cleveland with it over to Avea Mitchell. Avea, top of the circle. Lobs it down low along the baseline. Back to Ayan. The ball knocked out of bounds. Out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Bulldogs. Bearden's won 31 ball games this year. Oak Ridge has won 28. They have put a ton of wins together between the two of them. That's why they're playing in this big championship ball game. Two well-coached teams. Avea, a three-point shot, no good. Rebound tracked down by Ayana Porter. Trapped in the corner, gives it off to Zay. Takes her person to the hole, and she's going to be called for a travel. And she did move that pivot foot, and the Lady Wildcats turn it over once again. Remains a three-point game, Mark, 46-43. We've been holding on that for a while.
Yeah, we have. Very, very intense part of the game right now, David. Lady Wildcats almost with a turnover, but they're going to get called for a foul.
Walkaday Walker signals it's going to be a foul against Ayana Porter. 46-43, 6:19 to play in the game. Wildcats in the lead by 3, 46-43. Bearden ball, 5 seconds, was close to it. They worked the ball for a 3 in a tie game. No good. Rebound, Jenna Johnson, and she's fouled. Jenna is fouled by the Lady Bulldogs. It was 46-43 after 3 quarters. We've played almost 2 minutes, and neither team has scored here in the fourth period.
Yes, the Lady Wildcats have an opportunity yet again to take the ball down, set up their offense, and get back on the board.
46-43. Appreciate the Dowdell family for sponsoring our stream today. Bridge ball. Avea Mitchell, left corner to Zay. Had Jenna posting up in the corner. She wants to take it left side. Back it goes to the corner to Ayana Porter. Drives the baseline and lost the ball. Tried to get it to Jenna, I think, and the ball's turned over. Bearden's going to slow it down a little bit, try to get settled in their offense, spread it out, let Hodge do her thing and drive. Works around a screen, double team. Good defense by Zayana Stewart. She pulls up and shoots a 3. No good. Rebound, Bearden can't. They do save it. Nope, the Wildcats have it. Avea Mitchell. Lady Wildcats, slow it down, Avea. Lady Wildcats, you don't have the numbers. Wait for your teammates. Here it goes out to the top to the circle to Jenna at the free throw line. Left side, Ayana Porter. No place to go. Backwards it goes to Jenna Johnson. Johnson around the horn to Lindsey Cleveland to Avea at the midcourt circle. Into Jenna at the free throw line. I thought she'd shoot, but she will not. Zay will for 3. It's no good. Rebound, Bearden. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Slow her down. Wildcats back on defense. Hodge wanted to shoot a 3, could not do it. 5:05 to play in the ball game, 46-43. Now here's a good defensive play by the Lady Wildcats for a second. Almost got the steal. Saved on the floor by Bearden. Avea working hard defensively. 4 minutes, 52 seconds to play. Outside the three-point line. Oh, nice move. She drives in, hammered, gets the shot up, good. She's a really, really good player. It's a one-point game.
Yeah, Hodge now with 27 points for the Lady Bulldogs, David.
Lady Wildcat basketball. Avea for 3. No good. Avea misfiring on some 3s here in the this period, and I think she's about to come out of the game. 46-45. Bearden can take their first lead of the ball game on this possession. And the Hodge is going to drive one-on-one. Double team, left block shot. No good. Jenna's got the rebound. Lady Wildcat basketball. Slow it down. Here it goes to Ayana Porter. 4:12 to play in the game. 46-45. Lady Wildcats backing it up into the midcourt circle. Ayana Porter dribbles left, gives it out once again to Avea. Around the horn it goes to Lindsey Cleveland. Attacks left, swings it out to Ayana for 3. No good. Good rebounding position for Zay. Up with a shot. No good. Rebound, Bearden. Lady Wildcats trying to get the reach in, and that is a reach-in foul against Ayana. Zay had a good look at it, just wouldn't go for it. 3:50 to play in the game. 46-45. Janaea Pippin's back in the ball game. Lady Wildcats substituting out Avea Mitchell, and a timeout is asked for. Mark, Lady Wildcats trying to hold on, but they've led the entire way, but they've gone kind of cold here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we said that they were up by 14 at the end of the first quarter, David, and they've been outscored ever since. I mean, they outscored, Bearden outscored the Lady Wildcats 17-11 in the second quarter, 22-17 in the third quarter. and they've obviously outscored them in the fourth quarter as well, but only 2-0 because Lady Wildcats have yet to score here in the fourth quarter, and obviously Bearden has 2 points. So, Lady Wildcats, they need to calm down. They need to, I feel like I say it all the time, they need to be deliberate with their possessions. They've had good shots. They're just not falling for them right now.
3:50 to play in the ball game, 46-45. Lady Bulldog basketball. Good crowd on hand here for this one. We'll hope you'll be with us tomorrow here at the Wildcat Arena, 7 o'clock for the boys game against Marable. You win a championship in the region, you get a chance to play at home on Saturday night. That's what the girls are playing for right now, plus that title. And Bearden, of course, they hit nearly a deflection and a steal. Bearden's still in the rear court. You have to get the ball across the line. Wildcat Lindsay Cleveland. It's got to be 10 seconds. Good defense. Great play by two different players. First to deflect the ball back in the rear court to kind of slow things down, and the Lady Wildcats kept her from getting across the line.
Yeah, great defensive possession that time by the Lady Wildcats, David.
Oak Ridge basketball. Here comes Janaea Pippins into Jenna. Three-pointer. Zay, no good. Rebound and out of bounds. Great play by Bearden to knock it off of Ayana Porter. Lady Wildcats just not getting those shots to fall. They've been good shots. They just, like you said a moment ago, they're just not dropping for them. Oak Ridge still maintaining the lead, 46-45. Lady Wildcats putting on some pressure once again. Wildcats trapped earlier and got a lot out of it. Here's a steal by Oak Ridge, Jenna Johnson. Lady Wildcats on the deflection, 3-on-2. Jenna to Janaea, missed the shot. Rebound, Jenna back up, good! Jenna Johnson scores, makes it a three-point game. 48-45, the defense getting some needed offense for the Lady Wildcats as they work the ball across the line. There's a three, nope, yep, they're gonna shoot from the corner. Clang off the iron, no good. Janaea Pippins on the rebound. Here it goes to Jenna Johnson. 48-45 Oak Ridge, 2:51 to play in the ball game. Ayana Porter dribbling to the right side, dribbles in to the free throw line, stops, goes inside,
nice.
Back to Jenna, layup, no good. Gets her own rebound and backs it up to Ayana Porter for three.
Nice.
Good! Ayana knocks it down, and Oak Ridge is back up by 6.
Ayana now with 22 points, David. Just a fantastic night for her.
Here come the Bulldogs with the basketball in the right corner. They're going to drive, take a charge right there. The shot's no good. Shot is up, no good, but a foul's called. Lady Wildcats take a charge. She was barreling down the baseline. Just hold your ground as the Lady Wildcats have the lead, 51-45. 2 minutes, 21 seconds to play in this Region 2 championship ball game, and Bearden's at the free throw line.
At the line for Bearden is Patel. First shot up and good. She now has 6 points in the ballgame. That was her first attempt from the free throw line.
2 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the ball game. Justin Underwood coaching his Lady Bulldogs. He's coached them to 31 wins this year. Second toss by Patel is good. 51-47. Here's Oak Ridge working the ball into Ayana Porter, who was so clutch at the free throw line in the Farragut win. As Zay's in a little trouble, swings it across to Ayana. Ayana dribbles left, backs it up. 2:10 to play. Oak Ridge with the basketball, leading 51-47. 2:05 to play in the game. Ayana throws the ball and chinning it for Jenna. Intercepted. Slow her down. Don't let her shoot a three. Shot. No good, but a foul's called, and they're going to go to the free throw line. Ayana tried to make something happen there, and you can't fault anything Ayana Porter does. As those shoot free throws, they can cut the lead even further. It's 51-47, Oak Ridge in the lead.
To the line is Hodge. She has 27, now 28 points. Perfect on the night from the free throw line. She's 3 of 3.
51-48, Oak Ridge in the lead. 1:56 to play. Free throw is good. 2-point game. Here's Ayana with it over to Lindsay Cleveland at the midcourt line, right in front of the Oak Ridge bench, about to be trapped. Works out of it to Ayana, swings it over to Zayana. Lady Wildcats back to Ayana, dribbles in, penetrates the paint, gives it inside for the layup. Good! The Lady Wildcats score off the glass with, I believe, Janaea Pippins.
It was. That's her first 2 points of the ball game, David. And then a foul call. No, it looks like maybe a cramp on Hodge. So they're going to stretch her out there underneath the Lady Wildcats goal.
97 seconds to play in this Region 2 title ball game. Lady Wildcats trying to get one more home ball game for the 4 seniors. If they can hold on and win this ball game, they will be at home on Saturday night against either Morristown East, a team that beat them earlier in the year, or Sevier County, who Oak Ridge has beaten here twice here at the Wildcat Arena. I don't know which one is better to play. We've beaten them twice. They've been close every time. And the third time is always more difficult and a lot more to play for, are those Smoky Bearettes. But Oak Ridge has maybe that revenge factor, having lost their first ball game after going 9-0 to start the year. They went to Webb after a thrilling come-from-behind victory over the Webb Lady Spartans to win that ball game, and then did not play so well against Morristown East. That's probably the wrong person you want to have cramping right now, but I'll give that girl some credit. She has played her heart out. She played absolutely fantastic basketball against Oak Ridge up in Greenville. And, Mark, have you ever had a cramp before?
I have. They are very painful. Nothing worse. I talked about it before. Nothing worse than waking up from a good slumber with a calf cramp.
We didn't expect this game to be as long as it has been. She's kind of coming off the floor. Let's see. She's struggling a bit, trying to walk it off just a bit. 53-49, a 4-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. 1:37 to play. We've had 2 delays in this ball game, which have made it, a little bit later than we anticipated. It's only a 1 game. We didn't have a delay to start it. We just we've had some delays, and one was a medical emergency. If you just tuned in, as Lady Wildcats have the lead. Bearden yet to get the ball across the line. They do now with a long looping pass, and the ball is deflected. Giannis anticipated the pass and steals it. Oak Ridge basketball, and Ayana is fouled in the rear court. Ayana just does so many things for these Lady Wildcat teams. Scores, assists, steals. She's so smart basketball-wise. She just anticipated that pass and jumped in and stole it away.
Yeah, she's like the little spark plug for the team, David, and she just really gets everybody going.
The foul situation, Bearden has committed 3 fouls. 1:19 to play in the ball game. Ayana Porter, 5-second count was on. Watch Walkaday Walker. The Wildcats get it into Jenna. Oh my gosh. Jenna should have taken that shot. She tried to give it off to Janaea Pippins. Janaea, I would assume the sophomore would think that the senior would take that shot, and that's a tough turnover right there, Mark.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, Jenna had an opportunity, but Janaea Pippins was wide open, and so there's a little confusion down there. Unfortunately, led to the turnover by the Lady Wildcats.
Here come the Lady Bulldogs with the basketball, driving the baseline. Take a charge. Here's a trap.
Timeout.
And that timeout is asked for by Justin Underwood. 58.4 seconds. This is not an elimination ball game. Whoever loses, their season continues on Saturday. And I know Lady Wildcats trying to be at home here. One more time for these seniors, as I mentioned. 53-49 the score, 58.4 seconds. Last night, the Lady Wildcats saw the boys knock off the Bearden Bulldogs in what was an exciting ball game. Wildcats kind of vanquishing some ghosts after last year's tough loss at William Blunt. The Wildcats finally get over the hump, and they're headed to a sub-state as well on Monday, Mark.
Yeah, last night's boys game was just fantastic, David. It was just so exciting. I was really excited to see at the end of the game such a fantastic finish, and that the student section just really stormed the floor to celebrate with their team. That's the way it should be. I love it when the students get involved. That's one thing I like about college ball. Unfortunately, they get fined. We don't, so that's good. But I love it to see a student section get involved in a game.
Bearden basketball, they work the ball in. Don't want to give up anything easy. 56 seconds to play. That is too easy. I don't know what happened. Somebody got lost there. The Wildcat lead is 2. And Ayana and Zayana have a miscommunication. They turn the ball over. 53-51. We just got a final score. Morristown East has beaten Sevier County 49-40. So the loser of this game will travel to Morristown. The winner will host Sevier County. Bearden ball, 5-second count is in. They get a 3 in the lead. Short. Rebound, Bearden back up with a shot. No good. Rebound again by Bearden. Back up again. No good. Got to get a rebound. They've got it. Oak Ridge basketball. Ayana Core comes out of there with it. 53-51 Oak Ridge. 4th team foul called against Bearden. Let's see. Looks like I was afraid that Ayana was about to cramp as she went down to just tie her shoes. Wildcats kind of survived that terrible turnover just a moment ago. Bearden's a good basketball team. As we know, they've won 31 ball games, as I mentioned. Jenna's going to try to work the ball in, but not before Coach Taylor calls a timeout. 37.3 seconds to play in this Region 2 championship ball game. 53-51 is our score. Mark, you probably don't remember this, but one of the games that we played Bearden many, many years ago in a region tournament game, it was over at Halls. I remember this. Coach Pruden was still coach. Coach Cowan was the coach of the Lady Bulldogs. It went to 3 overtimes. They had an opportunity. I don't remember the girl's name, but they had an opportunity with like no time on the clock, like 1 second, to hit one free throw out of 2 to win the ball game, and the girl missed them.
Oh,
and
wow.
sent it over into triple overtime, and the Lady Wildcats prevailed in that region championship game. And at one time in 1981, when we played Bearden in the first region title game, Coach Cowan, I'm sure he's watching today. If he's not here, I'm sure he's probably here. But it was 1981, and they beat Oak Ridge. And then Bearden lost 31 consecutive games after that game to the Lady Wildcats under Coach Pruden before they finally got a win. Let's get back to this one. Got to get 37 seconds off the clock, and the Wildcats will try to work it in. And it comes to Jenna Johnson, harassed and tied up, gives it off to Zay. Zay is bumped and fouled. That's the 5th team foul. Wildcats, very little room along that baseline. I don't know how Zay ought to tippy-toed down that line. 15 foul, and Zay will go to the free throw line with 32.4 seconds to play in the ball game.
Zay on that, only with 7 points tonight. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. It seemed odd to me that Jenna was wide open right in front of Zayana, but Zayana didn't get it to her until much later in the 5-second count.
Cedar needs to knock both of these tosses down. The first one is good. 3-point game, 54-51. Trying to make it a 2-possession game with 32.4 seconds, but don't want to give up anything easy. I would, if she makes the shot, I would press on this drive. Shot is good. 2-possession game, 55-51. They are pressing. Lady Bulldog basketball. Danae Pippins, and they're almost going to steal. It's going to be Oak Ridge. Not quite, but the 10-second call is almost made as the Bulldogs work the ball down the floor. Pass intercepted by Oak Ridge. Diana Stewart's got it with 19.6 seconds to play. The Oak Ridge defense comes alive when they need them, and Oak Ridge will go back to the free throw line.
Picking up that foul is Natalia Hodge. That'll just only be her second, so that's not very significant. But Zayana Stewart goes to the line, 9 points. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. She's hit her last 3.
55-51 Lady Wildcats. Free throw, good. Oak Ridge by 5 can make it a 6-point game if she can knock it down. 56-51. Lady Wildcats in the lead, trying to win a region championship here at the Wildcat Arena as timeout is asked for by Coach Justin Underwood. There's I don't know, was there a lane violation?
A lane violation. I don't know. That's weird.
Walkaday Walker strikes again. 19.6 seconds to play, 56-51. Here come the Lady Bulldogs down the floor. Janaea can pick this one off. It's just going to roll out of bounds.
Oh, he calls a foul. How did they call a foul?
Vidito, how can you call a foul on that? Horrendous call by Tyler, and he's a good official. That was a bad call, his second blown call of the ball game.
There is no pass interference in basketball.
Free throws up, good. Tyler Vidito, I hate to say your name out loud, but you have blown 2 calls in this game, and that was crucial. 56-52 the score, 15 seconds to play. Second toss, good. 56-53. Can you believe that call?
I can't. There was no foul involved. Janiyah Pippen, she was just running down the court, hands straight up in the air, no body contact whatsoever. I don't have words to explain how that could have possibly been a foul.
It was a blown call. That's all you can say. And I know he watches our broadcast. And Tyler, you're a good guy, but that's too crucial of a time in the ball game to make a horrendous call. And I'm biased, obviously, but that was just bad. And that opens the door for the lane violation. I didn't see that. That's too easy to call, so I'm sure that probably happened. But that call was horrendous. 15.3 seconds, that's an eternity. And the Lady Wildcats have had some trouble just getting the ball in bounds. He must have seen something or assumed something that was going to happen that didn't happen. And I see Coach Taylor, one of the other coaches, having words with Mr. Vitito. 15.3 seconds. Wildcats have to make crucial plays here. Got to turn to get the ball in bounds. Don't throw the ball away. Wildcats, Zayana Stewart will work it in. And Lady Wildcats will work it into Ayana Porter. She's going to bring the ball down the floor with 13 seconds. Ayana in the right side, and she's fouled. Good call there by Matthew. Lady Wildcats on top, 56-53. And it'll be Ayana Porter, who hit 12 of 14 against Farragut. Will get 2 shots here, trying to make it a 2-possession game once again. 11.4 seconds to play. Ayana Porter, free throw, good! What a big shot that was, Mark Haste.
Yeah, it was. She now has 23 points on the night, David. 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
57-53 Oak Ridge, 11 seconds to play. Ayana to the line, good. Lady Wildcats on top again by 5. 11 seconds to play. Lady Wildcats are going to pressure them all the way down the floor. They've got 7. They shoot a 3. It's no good. Oak Ridge has the rebound. Oak Ridge is going to win the region championship in 2025 and send the Bearden Lady Bulldogs on the road to Morristown East High School. And the Lady Wildcats will be the region champions, and they will host the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes. Bearden losing the ball game here at the Wildcat Arena. The Wildcats will win their 29th game of the year as they go to the free throw line, leading 58-53. Free throw, good! It's all over for the Lady Dogs. They're headed to Morristown. 2.9 seconds to play, 59-53. Lady Wildcats have never trailed in the ball game, and they're going to win it 60-53 unless they hit a 3. It's midcourt. It is short. This big is 60-53. The Lady Wildcats are the Region 2 champions as they win the ball game over Bearden. Never trailed one solitary second in this ball game. They saw the Lady Bulldogs close the gap to 46-45, but never relinquished the lead. And the Lady Wildcats win their first Region 2 championship since 2019. Now we're about to have the presentation of the all-tournament team and the plaques. I guess they're going to do the all-tournament team. The policeman cleared the floor. What a big win, Marquez, for the Lady Wildcats. They are the Region 2 champions.
Yes, they are. It feels great, David, because as I've said, several times this season, it has gotten very tiresome for me that the Lady Wildcats seem to always lose in their season at Bearden, at the Bearden gym, whether it's playing Farragut or most likely the Bearden Lady Bulldogs. So great win for the Lady Wildcats tonight. 7-point win. I was never comfortable, especially in the second half. Really, after the first quarter, I wasn't very comfortable because the Lady Bulldogs kept outscoring the Lady Wildcats. Fortunately for the Lady Wildcats, they were able to outscore the Lady Bulldogs in the fourth quarter. They outscored them 14-10.
Let's go down to the public address announcer here in a second. We're going to have the presentation of the championship of the region. Oak Ridge will be hosting Sevier County for the third time here at the Wildcat Arena. And Mark, I hesitate here. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up the sound. I know we've got a great system here. Congratulations, Lady Wildcats. They are the region champions. Art?
Yes, we should be able to pick up their sound. I'm not quite sure what the delay is, but hey, it's just another delay on the night. We've had several. Just when you think, oh, it's just one ball game, I mean, that should just not take much time at all, but this one has. But, you know, very unfortunate that we had a medical emergency. That obviously cannot be, you know, foreseen or you know, accounted for, really.
Here we go down this. We're about to have the all tournament team. I think they have just handed it over to the public address announcer. We appreciate the Dowdell family for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now recognize the all Region 2 tournament team. From Carnes, Riley Roberts. From Powell, Krista Madison. For Campbell County, Carly Kitts. For Maryville, Zoe Harrison. For Farragut, KJ McNeely. Also from Farragut, JC Newbert. From Hardin Valley, Kendra West. Also Hardin Valley's Kamaya Love. From Bearden, Natalia Hodge. Riley Hunt. And Kendall Ann Murphy. From Oak Ridge, Jenna Johnson. Lindsay Cleveland. And Zayana Stewart. And Region 2 Tournament MVP, Ayana Porter. Fans, your Region 2 Coach of the Year, Paige Taylor. Presenting the Region 2 runner-up is Athletic Director Joe Gaddis. Team is Bearden Bulldogs. Congratulations, ladies. And your Region 2 champions, the Oak Ridge Lady Wildcats.
The Lady Wildcats are the Region 2 champions, knocking off Bearden 60-53. Posing for a picture down on the center court, Lady Wildcats will host Sevier County for the third time here at the Wildcat Arena. As you see, all smiles around Ayana Porter for the second consecutive tournament, the MVP. And the Lady Bulldogs head to their dressing room, and they'll be heading to Hamblin High School West in Morristown, Tennessee, East High School, on Saturday night. And the good news is the Lady Wildcats will be hosting the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes. And I don't know if it's a good thing or not, as I talked about this, Mark, as I know we're going to have Coach Taylor up here in a moment, but the Lady Wildcats have played them 2 times, both games here at the Wildcat Arena, an unprecedented 3rd home game against the same team. The games were always close. Oak Ridge beat Sevier County 44-42 the first time, winning 51-42 the last time they played here, and that was just about 3 weeks ago. Hopefully the 3rd time won't be the charm. The Lady Wildcats 1 win away from the state tournament. They have to beat Sevier County. That'll be Saturday night, 7 o'clock here at the Wildcat Arena. What a performance by the Lady Wildcats. This Bearden team, 31 wins on the year. The Lady Wildcats jumped on them early in this ball game. As we wait for Coach Taylor to join us, the Lady Wildcats got up 3-0, then 3-2, and then, as you mentioned earlier, went up 18-4 after 1 quarter. The Lady Bulldogs hung around, and at halftime, Oak Ridge was up 29-21, but then they cut the gap to 3 points at 46-43. Lady Wildcats went almost 4 minutes without scoring, but never relinquished the lead. It became 46-45. But then the Lady Wildcats made some big defensive stops, and they win the ball game. And now let's bring in the victorious head coach of the Oak Ridge High School Lady Wildcats, Coach Paige Taylor. Coach, big win for your program. I know you're excited for the young ladies. I know you're excited to be hosting a sub-state game on Saturday night. I know you're excited about beating the Bearden Lady Bulldogs and never trailing in this ball game. Your initial thoughts?
I'm just really proud of our girls. I don't even know if they realize what they just did as far as, the position that they put ourselves in, and just winning another championship and beating a really good basketball team, a team that beat us easily in December, and to come back tonight and play the way that we did. And there were a lot of times that we had players frustrated. Jenna got frustrated. Zay was super frustrated. Ayana got frustrated. And mentally just to not quit, to show that resilient mindset and that effort and fight in them to win a basketball game and win the region championship.
I was kind of, as you were walking up here, I was kind of putting it out. You jumped out. You had a 14-point lead after 1 quarter, and you knew that Bearden was not going to go away. They won 31 ball games. You knew they were not going to go away. But I thought your press, your traps were very effective in the first half, and you got some big turnovers late in the ball game as well. But you had a little scoring drought there at the start of the 4th quarter. In fact, the score remained at 46-43 for almost 4 minutes.
Forever.
And then,
yes.
Yeah. And then it just was there. And at 3:50, they hit a bucket to make it 46-45. And then you got a couple big plays. You hit some big shots, and you built the lead up, and you never relinquished it. You hit free throws down the stretch. Had a couple one bad turnover on the baseline down there, and a couple others. Your shots weren't falling, but as you said, this gritty team, they don't panic. They just go out and play. They've been there, done that before. And, they just made the plays down the stretch when they needed to.
Yeah, that's what we were saying down there. That's again, and time again, we've seen it. They're a seasoned veteran basketball team that they don't lose their composure. They stayed calm. They didn't panic when a lot of teams could have. And we handled the last 2 minutes on the clock, I felt like, really, really well, much better than we handled the end of the first half. But we managed and we took care of the basketball when they knew where they were coming from it, and we made free throws when we needed them. And just, I can't say enough just how impressed I am with these girls and just their desire and their will to win.
And the final score was 60-53. It's kind of sets up, and the best news is you're not having to travel.
Right.
Bearden's going to have to go to Morristown East, who won their ball game today, 49-40. But the odd thing about it is you're going to be facing Sevier County for the 3rd time in your gym
right
this year. You've been successful in the first two, and as we say in that old cliche in basketball, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but that's what you're going to do. The girls know what's in front of them. If you beat Sevier County on Saturday night at 7 o'clock, you're headed to Murfreesboro.
Absolutely, and we got to like I said last week, we got to celebrate tonight. We got to appreciate what we just did and be thankful for it, and then wake up tomorrow and we got to focus on Sevier County. We can't look at the first game or the second game. It's a new season once you hit the postseason. And we're in a big season Saturday night because it's win, go the state or lose and go home. And this is a team that doesn't want to lose, but Sevier County is also a team that doesn't want to lose, and they're a well-coached basketball team. They're not going to come in here just because we've beaten them twice and think, they can't win. They're going to believe that they can win, and we've got to play our best basketball of the season.
And the best part about it is your seniors, these 4 young ladies, you know them, Jenna Johnson, Lindsay Cleveland, Ayana Porter, and Zayana Stewart, will get one more home game here at the Wildcat Arena, Jill Pruden Court, and hopefully we'll pack the house for this game to send them off to Murfreesboro in style.
I would absolutely love that. I felt like we had a good crowd tonight. They were into it, but I'd love to have an even bigger crowd and a louder crowd, and just to give these seniors what I feel like what they've deserved, and the work that they put in, and the time that they put into this program, and just to send them off as the best way that we possibly can.
Coach, you don't have to answer this, but I want to know, did Janaea commit that foul?
I mean, I'm going to have to watch film from another angle, because from my angle she did not. But it was called. It did
not matter.
It was
did
called,
not matter in the end.
And so I mean, I tell the girls all the time, if they call a foul, guess what it is? Even if it's not, it's a foul, because that whistle, it's not going to change. So we got to play with it and go. So fortunately for us, it didn't hurt us.
Coach, you had some delays in this one. Obviously, the medical emergency that was about a 10-minute delay. Then the young lady from Bearden had cramps, I believe. So it was kind of a weird game. I've never been to a basketball game, where the teams had to go to the dressing rooms. What was the conversation down there?
Well,
I know there was a medical emergency, but
right. So that was a family member of one of my players, and I didn't feel like it was good to have. And the referees completely agreed with that, and so did Justin Underwood. It was just the right call to make, and I appreciate the referees taking care of it in that fashion, and I appreciate Justin also agreeing to that. I just felt like the best thing was to get them off the court and get them away so that we could regroup and recompose.
And I thought the officials did a really good job, and kind of handling that too. I saw, obviously the medical responders came in, but I thought they did a really good job. They gave you 3 minutes to warm up, and you just kind of wonder what team. And our team was ahead at that point, how you're going to come back, but they did.
Right. Yeah, and they were nice enough. They asked us both what we wanted. Did we want to just come play, or did we want to warm up? And they gave us time to warm up just to get loose again. You don't want to take a chance on somebody getting tight and getting hurt, or just get. And so they were very nice about that too, and a lot of appreciation and respect for them for handling that situation the way they did.
Coach, let's talk one more question about basketball. I ask you this every week, and I'm never going to stop. Your final thoughts on this win and how important it is to the program and where you're headed.
I love it. I love it for the girls. I love it for our program. I love it for Oak Ridge High School and for our community. And just, amazing group of girls that earned it. It wasn't given to them. It was earned. And appreciate their effort. So thankful that I get to be their coach and enjoy watching them do what they're doing, and excited for Saturday night.
Coach, go enjoy that locker room. I'm sure they're happy.
Thank you.
That's Paige Taylor, head coach. Lady Wildcats are the Region 2 champions, and they've done it many, many times, but not before. The last time they did it was in 2019 when they knocked off Marable. You might remember the Jada Gwynn 3 from side court was the difference in that championship. They lost to Bearden in 2018. They beat Bearden in 2016. So under Coach Paige Taylor, Lady Wildcats have now 4 region championships, and 2 of them have been against the Lady Bulldogs. I see some wrong word, Dave, wrong word. These girls played their hearts out. Disappointed is the better word. Lady Bulldogs as they head out of the gym here. Mark, why don't you run down the final statistics?
Thank you, David. As you said, final score, Lady Wildcats victorious 60-53. leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats was the MVP of the tournament. That was Ayanna Porter. She had 24 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Also in double figures, Ulisha Mitchell, 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field. Also with 10 points is Zayana Stewart. She was 2 of 15 from the field, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. She really hit some crucial free throws there down the stretch for the Wildcats, as did Ayanna Porter. Also scoring for the Wildcats, Jenna Johnson. She had 5, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Also with 5 points was Avea Mitchell, 2 of 6 from the field. 4 points added by Janaea Pippin. She was 1 of 2 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 2 points rounds out the scoring for the Wildcats by Lindsay Cleveland. She was 1 of 2 from the field. As a team, Lady Wildcats were 20 of 52 from the field. They were 12 of 30 in twos, 8 of 22 in threes, and 12 of 18 from the free throw line. For the Lady Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Natalia Hodge. She led all scorers with 29 points. Also scoring, Kendall Ann Murphy. She had 9. 7 points added by Aisha Patel. 6 points by Riley Hunt. And 2 points by Emma Rainey. As a team, Lady Bulldogs, they were 20 of 55 from the field, 15 of 36 in twos, 5 of 19 in threes, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Lady Wildcats, as I said earlier, they led at the end of the first quarter. They had a 14-point lead, 18-4. Then they were outscored in the second quarter, 17-11, to take a 29-21 lead into halftime. So that 14-point lead really helped them out throughout the game because at half they led, as I said, 29-21, so they had an 8-point lead at half. In the third quarter, Lady Wildcats again outscored by the Lady Bulldogs, this time 22-17, but the Lady Wildcats able to hang on to a narrow lead as they led 46-43 going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Lady Wildcats snapped back, outscoring the Lady Bulldogs 14-10 to take a 60-53 lead to win the Region 2 championship game here at Wildcat Arena.
And we hope you enjoyed watching our broadcast today. The Lady Wildcats are the region champions, and they will host the Sevier County Smoky Bearettes 60-53. When you were running down the stats there, Mark, one of the things, I had a conversation with Justin Underwood, head coach of the Bearden Bulldogs, when we were up in Greenville after they just pummeled us. I mean, they just really took us to the woodshed. And I said something, it's typical me, very defensive. I said, well, I think it would have been a different story if Jenna Johnson had played the ball game. And I think, you look at the stat sheet, she only had 5 points, but she had a ton of rebounds in this ball game. And, it isn't always the stat sheet in terms of points that determines a great effort. A lot of times it's those rebounds, and I think Jenna did make a big difference. And, of course, Ayanna was Ayanna. Zayana was healthy in this game, too. And I think, just an overall great team win. They didn't play many players. Only 2 people came off the bench to play, Janaea Pippins and Avea Mitchell. And the rest of the bench sat there and watched their teammates win the championship. But a good, I think, team win for the Lady Wildcats.
Oh, it was just a great win for the Lady Wildcats, David. I agree. I've noticed that through all these region games, it seems like all the teams do not go very deep into their bench. One, maybe 2 at the most players off the bench get playing time. So that's not uncommon that I've seen here. But Lady Wildcats, what a fantastic victory, sealing the regional tournament victory here as they win their Region 2 tournament as they are the champions.
Mark, tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the boys will have an opportunity to do the same thing. They'll be taking on the Maryville Rebels, Oak Ridge, with a couple hard-fought victories against the top 2 seeds in the regular season of District 4, the West High Rebels, and then knocking off the Bearden Bulldogs yesterday. But they're going to face the tournament champion Maryville Rebels, who are really hot right now. I mean, they lost like 4 District 4 ball games, but got hot when it mattered and beat those same two teams, West and Bearden, in that championship, and also had to beat William Blunt in a first-round playoff elimination ball game. Wildcats with an opportunity to win a title as well tomorrow. Your thoughts there?
I'm looking forward to it, David. We saw, as I said earlier, we saw Maryville play last night. They just absolutely took Farragut to the woodshed. So should be a great game tomorrow night for the boys. Really hope to see a big crowd for the boys. The boys seem to always draw a bigger crowd than the girls. So expect that to continue tomorrow night. But, I was thinking, you talked to Coach Taylor about, really needing a good crowd for Saturday night. Call out the student section, David. The student section needs to show up for these girls. I know that they'll probably show up for the boys tomorrow, but they really need to come out and support their fellow students Saturday night as well.
Well, I agree with that 100%, but kudos to that group of 7 or 8 football guys that are here every single ball game, regardless, boys, girls, JV, it doesn't matter. That group of boys, they're loud and proud, and kudos to them. They need to get in free both tomorrow, Saturday, and hopefully Monday.
Yeah, I'd say probably tomorrow. I bet I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Green doesn't have some pizzas for those guys. You may want, since they're football players, may want to have one pizza per athlete.
So the ball game is at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Oak Ridge and the Maryville Rebels in the boys championship game. Terry Lee is sponsoring our broadcast. Now, I'm going to say this right now. The sectional ball games, I know, Mark, you want to get home. It's past your bedtime. It's been a long day. But the sectional ball games to stream ball games, they more than double the price. They more than double the price. But we've got good news to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. We have a sponsor for the Lady Wildcats game against Sevier County on Friday. Dennis and Doris Johnson, Jenna Johnson's aunt, her uncle, and cousins, Jackie, Jason, Casey, and Caitlin Jones. So the Johnson family is going to be sponsoring the stream on Saturday night against Sevier County. So I think, and we appreciate them. The last 2 or 3 years, they've helped our sponsorship. But knowing that the boys are also in a sub-state ball game, I talked to Charlie's dad yesterday, and he's going to try to round us up some people. Hopefully we'll be able to stream that ball game. Hopefully it'll be at the Wildcat Arena on Monday at 7 o'clock against either Science Hill or Sevier County. But if not, we'll stream it wherever it might be. Mark, just any final comments you and Shauna might have?
Just a great game, a great win for the Lady Wildcats. They definitely deserve this win. They've had a fantastic season, and would love to send them off to Murfreesboro from Wildcat Arena on Saturday night. Really hope that the community and the students come out and support that endeavor.
Once again, our final score, the Lady Wildcats are the 2025 Region 2 champions. They knock off Bearden 60-53. For Mark and Shauna Hayes and Caleb Jackson, this is David Clary saying, so long, everybody.